Libra, what's good? We are like almost near the end, right? Yes, we are. This is your horoscope and reading for the new moon in Taurus. Happy birthday if you're a Taurus sun in Taurus. Once again, this is for Libra risings, especially. Your horoscope is based on your rising sign, so you may have Libra in the 12th house, first house, second house. Rising means it's your ascendant, right? Like in that, on that line. Anyway, thank you for being here. I honor you as always. I honor our energetic exchange. As always, I'm ever so grateful. I cannot remind you enough how grateful I really truly am to hold space for you. As I know, it's been tough. It's been wild. It's been a wild time, as always. It is, right, Libra? I know. I wasn't laughing, but I was a little bit laughing because the lover's humor is here. I don't know. I think you've realized a lot. Okay, like I'll leave it at that, and then we'll get into it. Top of the Mars hour on the moon's day. It's Monday, 28th of April. A little later, but we're still in the daytime. Okay. I thought it would be easy breezy day, and while my day isn't like the most intense, like, you know, I figure a lot of people are having really intense, tough, crazy times. I was like, okay, I thought I would have this zone. I don't know why I'm telling you this. Anyway, yes, I'm happy to have reached the final sign, and I'm happy that I was able to complete all 12 signs. It's actually really kind of crazy for me that I completed all 12 signs. Oh, look, you are here. I was already ready for you. So let's get into your horoscope. Yeah, we're kind of, now that you've been through what you've been through in the last 2 years, 2.5 years, even the last 7, 8 years, you could be wanting more change. You could have created a lot of change over the last even 10 months or 8 months, which is great. But like now you're like, actually, I need to create even more change. And that's okay. That's beautiful. I think I like that. I don't mind that. I think it is a lot about creating space, and you've, like the Capricorns, you've come to a realization that you didn't have enough space. Or maybe you're grounding into that. And maybe you're a little upset because you want total peace and quiet, or you want alone time, or you want secret time to yourself. And it could be difficult, but more so what I want is like your time in your heart space, which can be very symbolic. So it could be that the world around you is wild, but we still need to create some space for you so that you don't lash out, or you don't cut everything out, right? Because I know you want space. Anyway, where am I going with this? It's like the relationship with your mother and father. It finally, there's a relief. I hope there is, especially with your father. It could have been a condition. I remember we talked about this, where your father had a lot to do with the current time. Like, it could be that your mom and your dad go for tat. And it's like, have you talked to your Libra child? And it's that kind of thing, like where they gang up on you, right? Like 2 against 1 sort of thing. Even if you aren't dealing with parentals, like a mother figure, father figure, this could have been what was happening in reality, where it was like one boss and the other boss, the manager and the supervisor, the government, and then the local government. I know, I get the local law versus the executive law, like that sort of thing, like the executive order versus the freaking judicial, like state level, local level, national level, all of the levels, all of the above. You're like, oh, my head hurts. Okay. So I understand there could be a lot of headaches. I know, a lot of headaches, especially with contracts, especially with taxes. Yeah, the tax stuff is like headache inducing. Thankfully it's over. Maybe, yeah, you're like, you know, some of us some of us have to deal with the taxes for a while, right? Do the taxes ever go away? I don't know. Welcome to the USA, right? Yay. Born in the USA. Anyway, continue to look at that. Like, this is very much like all the other freaking, like your home business. You have a home spiritual business, or you want to bring it into, you have that sort of vibration, but we kind of need you to, how will you express yourself at home if there's no space, right? How can we create space if we don't, even if you're not getting a bigger space? Like, how are we going to do that? What's actually worth staying in your home? And then what are all the bad contracts, like the bad, like paying too much, like this is just example, paying too much for landscape or the gardener. It's like you got to give a little to earn more over here, or like rebudget, reassert that, right? Or like maybe you thought that that was a tax write-off and it isn't, or maybe someone misinformed you and you're like, that was a tax write-off, that was a deduction, and now I'd never even put that. Well, can you put it in to next year's, like, even though it may have depreciated, you could still file for that next year. Wow. Please consult your legal professionals and your financial professional. What the y'all don't let me go off the end over here, right? I don't know. You're learning a lot. Even you're like, I'm also a legal professional without the certified. Libra, what's good? Are we just pros at life? Okay. You're like, name your price. No, that's too high. Is that really your best offer? Okay. Yes. We want you. Really, is it? So one of the spiritual folk around here, we were unfortunately, I got involved in unfortunately I got involved with someone or a situation. Damn it. Anyway, they were like, it's almost like pricing structures are so I just forgot the word. But really arbitrary is a word. Like the way that you've been charging, you may, like your rate for work, or the rates you've been working with are arbitrary, and you realize like they can maintain that arbitrary sense, or there's no way around the arbitrary sense, but it still means that you have to like value, you have to align the value. I'm so sorry. I hate when my jaw starts clicking like that. You have to still commit to it, even if it is an arbitrary level, or a rate. You know that you're worth it, right? Like, even though the price may be changing, or you may be raising your prices, it isn't just because you woke up and you were like, maybe you did, but then you thought about it and you're like, actually, yes, I am worth more than that. Okay, so yeah, we want you to go there. It could be that people like your father, your mother make you feel less. And that's what's being cut out. That's what you're really looking at. I'm so sorry that I'm like messing with my jaw. It's almost like that you're putting your parents on hold, is what I would say. Even if you don't have parents, like people who run in an old school, super highly traditional, you're like, no. Trust yourself, okay? Trust that you're not polishing a turd, you're polishing something that's worth. Oh, look at you, spell work. Okay. Does that mean we're finito with your horoscope? You do run spiritual business, or you have invited spirit. There's a warrior-like spirit that wants you to meditate on your spiritual business or your spiritual side, the spiritual side of your business, how you run business, spiritually speaking. Is it worth your time? Okay. What's the actual takeaway? Have you cleaned too much space? Have you cleared too much space, right? Perfect. Wow. Fame and recognition. There you go. Back on the scene. Back at it. Appearing. Reappearing. Yes. Come through. Coming back to life. Perfect. That's what we want. Perhaps you were afraid to go down this light, to go down this lane, to go down this way. You danced a little bit, you enjoyed a little bit, okay? And then you're like, I need to grow up and out of that. Even if you are grown, I'm not saying you aren't. It has been a spiritual, exalted, alchemical moment, coming into authority again, the various levels of authority, receiving clarity, also recognizing the level of your authority. And maybe you were running outside of the circle of authority. I'm not saying you were doing illegal stuff, but you were like not orderly about it. It seemed fun, or it seemed like you needed to come in. You needed to allow a orderly style or orderly fashion to declare authority, to declare your business, okay? That's a level of mastery, which is very Libran of you to be involved in yearning, earning, ascending, asserting a level of mastery. Yes, we need more of that, right? It actually makes you even more independent, and you stand up to figures like your uber traditional father or mother who are like making you believe that all these superstitions, right? Like, no, we don't want that. We don't need that. You're a divine visionary, okay? You have a divine vision to help collectives, but now you understand that mastery is involved because not everyone likes that you're a public figure, okay? Not everyone wants to be in the public vicinities that you thread, the waters that you tread, right? Like maybe some folks want to garner your fame and your authority by just declaring it, by just taking it, right? We're not going to allow that. Neon lights, you can still have a lot of fun, okay? You don't have to hide how much fun you can have and how much fun you're allowed to have. Was that part of the story too? Like, look, you're very quiet. Okay, what are you quiet about? You got to drop into the meditation. You've cleared away a lot. You know something. Someone sees you. You see someone. You see something. You understand the level of mastery that you apply. Okay, harpy ego and memory. Take only the good memories, right? But don't let go of them. That which teaches you to move forward, okay? Don't typical proverbial message, don't throw the baby out with the bathwater. There's a huge lesson in that little situation. Or you're giving too much credit to someone when you should give yourself credit. Harpy Eagle, I'll have to look at this one. I don't get this one too often. But you are quick. You can move quickly away from this situation. You can resolve this situation quickly. You have it in you. You've come to a level of understanding through time and effort. You are applying knowledge. Okay, yes, we'll have to look at that anyway. The Harpy Eagle. Brilliant. I love it. Why is a Harpy Eagle here? This is your choice. Your choice, right? Because in some cases, some of the animal totems, some of the animal spirits don't give you much of a choice. They always do, right? But sometimes they do whisk you away. It seems like in this case, you have a lot of permission. Okay. Do you want this? The Harpy Eagle says you can have this, but it'll happen so fast. Are you ready? Have you mastered that aspect of you? Okay. Like, again, go back. You clear away too much. It's almost like you gave away the toolbox that we didn't want you to give the tool set away. Maybe you needed to get rid of some tools, that sort of thing. Be like you gave up on your entire career when all we wanted you to do is give up on that business, to go away from that business. Take time out, right? No, we didn't want you to like quit your entire career, you know. Wow, look at you. Someone is watching. Okay, who's watching? A masculine, a Leo, or look at Libra. Are you looking at the decision you made based on the ego, or is this them? Remember, take what resonates, leave the rest to the rest. Thank you, Libra. Someone remembers you now. They want to see you in a new light, or they see you in a new light now that you are coming into mastery. Look, they understand that you've healed a lot. In you healing from this relationship, from whatever happened, whether it was business or romantic or familial. You declare independence. You declare intelligence. You speak up when you should. You are only speaking up when you should. You are only saying the truth. You only speak the truth. More so, you're aligned with a level of recognition that means better, more. It means more for you, for your business, for your money. Where once you were very involved in ego, the desires of the ego, right? Now you've learned a lot about friendships at work, that sort of thing. It could be that sort of thing. How even some family members maybe aren't in your best interests, or how even some really good people at work, or people that you've met through work or at work, aren't always acting in your best interests anyway, even if they were your best friend. Looking at things like that, right? But yeah, you can take the good memories away. I think you're strong enough. Your mental and keen intelligence, you are very intelligent in that way, okay? Even if you are returning, you're not returning the same. You're returning with a level of intelligence that supposes that you are not going to act in the same manners that you did before. You're building something new, okay? Yeah, it comes with balance. Having gone through what you went through, having been through what you went through, Saturn in Libra, you can return, but you will do it differently, okay? You have to show up differently. That's just the way it is. Someone is trying to show up differently. Someone is, we said someone was seeing you, or seers. someone watches you or you watch them or something like that. Look, a Sagittarius, a masculine Scorpio, or you are that, or you are dealing with someone like that. Or your adventure begins. You're leaving. Yeah, look, you're leaving. Or the adventure now begins. Now the summer. Now you're gearing up for the next. What's next, right? Something, it doesn't seem as like you're not dealing with the in and out behavior. I don't think. Maybe this person thought that they could come back in that way, and you're like, no, I've learned a lot. So like, I'll hang out with you, but I'm not going to like give in to like the love affair or like the beautiful romance when it was a bad romance. You're like, I'll show up differently. Like, I'm not gonna cause a scene, right? It looks like you're leaving though. You're leaving. You're really leaving. We have the seat of the mind here, the seat of the throne of the air. Very intelligent. It involves a level of intelligence where before you were misleading yourself through a lot of emotional turmoil. The fact is that you got through it, okay? Whether your emotions took you for a whirlwind, got you caught up, it's okay. It was a huge learning lesson. And now we must recover. It's like a surgical recovery of the mind. Your will, your direction becomes exalted because you're no longer dealing with it. Even if you are being a kind person and like allowing this person in your life sort of thing, right? Like you aren't necessarily tending to it like you were. It's almost like you've tamed your own beasts and you've tamed them as well. And even if they're going places like you're going far, it's not even about that though. Okay, you could be moving away from them though, or they're moving away from you, or they're watching you move away from them. You're moving away from it all. Wow. Okay. Yeah. Look at this Emperor. Y'all, what's going on? I told you the toolbox is here. You're like, oh shit, I shouldn't have thrown all the tools. The Maha priest said, go back and get the tool. Wait, not yet. Look very psychic. The Emperor, the masculine order that we were asking you for. Look, you're here, Queen of Swords. Yes, you have invited a level of masculinity that is not that you invited a man or that you needed a man's help. It's that you needed the assertion of your masculinity. You needed to involve a level of order so that you weren't feeling confined and trapped by too much, not even emotions. It's not even like that. It's not even like that. You needed to organize because you needed to get your emotions in check. That is such a bullshit. That is not anything that I'm trying to say. It's like, excuse me. It's like the level of order that you had to bring in, the level of organization, the level of like the law that you had to invite in, whether you had to invite the authorities in. It has asserted every level of your intelligent, feminine aspect. So one is not without the other. Maybe a masculine has asserted how you were never trapped. Maybe a masculine made you feel trapped. Maybe your business made you feel trapped. And now you're intelligently, regardless of your gender identity or anything like that, like you are the boss of that. And you have the Page of Swords and the Queen of Swords. no one is really effing with you, but there's a lot of psychic vibrations here where it's like, what are you manifesting? Are you manifesting the old memories, or someone wants to keep you bound to the same? Is this masculine trying to keep you bound? You can't be bound. You're the Queen of Swords. You're not bound. You're boundless. Your boundaries are only asserted by the law. You put a lot of things to rest. Holy moly. Okay, cool. Wow. Can we just get... Why is the Eight of Swords here? Of all the cards that I want to know about, it's that one, right? That it was a lot of paranoia, or inability to make a decision. So you've come to a point where you have had to make a tough decision. Okay? It's very involved, but it's for your craft. You could feel like, man, this puts me back a few years, or it feels like, oh, I had to involve the authorities. Like I couldn't handle this on my own. Or like the authorities came for you and were like questioning you, that sort of thing. I hope not, right? Maybe it was you. You have to learn something, right? Yes, look, okay, I don't know. You've come out of a health scare, or wow. Yeah, the mind. You're fighting a lot in your mind, a lot of fears. Maybe this man did make you feel, this manly person or masculine, or whoever it was, the boss, old bosses, made you feel bad. Wow. Look, in you learning from that and showing up differently, even looking different, maybe even forgiving others, ultimately forgiving yourself. Sun in Aries, that's what allows you to see this come in, allows you to see the love. You have Page of Swords, Page of Pentacles, Page of Cups. It's a lot of like returning to your youthful state of being, or allowing children around you to enliven you, to give you that youthful sort of spring, bring back that spring in your step, right? Like, yeah, bouncy castle sort of thing. I don't know why I'm thinking of funny things like that, but it could very well be involved in like you took on, even though this put you out, even though it could have been involved in business, Five of Swords, Venus and Mercury, like it could have involved a lot of collectives. It could have involved a lot of, like, you needed to heal from this. We are an hour away from the sun. It's the sun's hour. So we're about an hour away from sunset. Okay. Collect everything you can. It's like, there's only one thing. Your journey will begin very soon. That's it. Okay. You know you are decisive. So you know you're productive, you're creative, so you can do. And then you are emotionally safe and sound. So you feel good. And then begins the movement, begins the start of your victory. Okay. Then we see your ships come in. It's coming in, okay? Will you remember the bad times? Can you remember the better times? The times that taught you the reason that happened, okay? And then get ready. You've opened a whole new gate, okay? The new gates are open for you, but yeah, get your tools ready. What's the RB Eagle? Nah. Time to reassess your life and adjust accordingly. Listen to the messages Spirit is sending you. Harness Harpy ego power when times are tough and you need some extra help to guide you to the other side. Take stock of your life. Are you where you want to be emotionally, physically, and financially? Now is the time to envision where you want to be and who you want in your life. For some of you Libras, I know you've done this. For other Libras, you're coming into this, right? This is a reading meant to assert you, or it is a reading meant to confirm that what you've been through is for all of this mastery, fame, for your vision. We do have 3 of Wands, 3 of Wands. Beautiful. We want you to become inspired now so that you can go on about you, moving in this new and moving this way. Okay, Libra, you got this. You're the Queen of freaking Swords, yo. Ciao.